Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Gerald Lopez. I am the EIPBN 2021 Conference Chair. I'm also the Director of Business Development at the Singh Center for Nanotechnology at the University of Pennsylvania. The goal of this video is to basically give you a preview as to what's going to happen on Monday and in the coming weeks when we have our scheduled activities. So stay tuned for the next 10 to about 15 minutes. I'm going to give you kind of an overview as to what's going to happen and how to navigate through the material that we're prepared for you. So the first place you probably want to go to is our website, EIPBN.org. And here on this website, this is where we'll be providing you access to the underlined site that houses all of our video submissions. First, though, you can look at our program and our program of events. That is on this link here. And by going there, you can actually see this document, and this is actually updated pretty regularly. And what I want to bring your attention to is page 9, which is our program at a glance. While these times are listed here Pacific time, these times will be converted properly on the website on your system time or your local time zone looking at the underlined site. So I'll point that out to you in a second. But going through the program, you can pick out and see what particular sessions you might be interested in and visiting, and also some of the extra activities that we have. We do talk about the underlying platform and showcase a few things that are happening in terms of our industrial highlights session and what talks are there and where those booths are. We also have some directions on how to use the virtual exhibition hall and what entails, and I'm going to show you how to use that in a second. Then we highlight some of our short courses that we have every year, the Women in Nanofabrication event, the Startup Contest, the Student Recruiting Breakfast, and the Student Mentor Lunch. And then we lastly have the Micrograph Contest that we have every year. Oral presentations are also listed out throughout this document, and you can see details of the oral presentations and their sessions along with the session chairs that are listed. Okay? And then if you move further down, you'll see the posters that we have in our poster session, and you can peruse through them as well. Lastly, we have a section of upcoming and related conferences. Of course, there's MNE, MNC. We also have additional tangentially related conferences as well. Moving along, our abstracts, if you want to read them directly, they're available here online and kept online in perpetuity. Clicking on Table of Contents, you can actually just scroll through or filter by, say, for instance, keyword or author. And then from there, you can click here to access the actual abstract that was submitted. Okay? Great. So let's actually look at the underlined website, and let's check out what that entails for us. So what you have here is the landing page or the reception page. To the left, you have the reception, the schedule, the main stage, the sessions, the on-demand posters, the exhibition and live poster session. That's the link to what we call GatherTown, and then the help desk. So starting with the reception, this is your landing page. This will change probably before you see it actually on Monday. Now, what you have here is the actual schedule, and you can view it by day. And what you can see here is that, according to this, we have an 11 a.m. welcome and announcements that opens up the session in our conference. Now, this is in Eastern time zone, and what it's done is that it's converted that time zone from Pacific time to Eastern time, so I know what time I need to be in my time zone to attend this, right? And I need to open this anyways at 11. So now, if you want to make sure that this gets on your schedule, you can click on the calendar icon, and you can go ahead and select whichever app that you use to run your schedule. Okay. Now, going into this, I can click on any one of these to access the session, and these sessions actually contain the actual talks. Okay. Now, you can click on any one of these talks to launch them and hit play. But the day of the conference and the planned activities, you'll be able to join the Zoom session for the Q&A, for instance, on Wednesday, June 2nd, and be able to talk and discuss and ask questions live with the actual presenters of these talks here. Okay. In the on-demand posters, same thing. you basically have the posters listed here. We allowed poster presenters to give a 5-minute spiel about what their poster's about. You can peruse them through here. Poster session W is for Wednesday, June 2nd. Poster session T is for Thursday, June 3rd. What we'd like you to do is keep your questions for the actual GatherTown exhibition hall, because that's where a lot of the interaction is going to be happening. Okay. The one thing I haven't touched on was the main stage. You'll be using this to access some of the opening talks, the plenaries, and then a few of the short course lectures that we're going to be offering on Tuesday, and then some general announcements. So let's jump into the poster exhibition hall, and let me give you a real quick tutorial how this is going to work. So I'm right now logging into what's called GatherTown, and what you see here is that I've spawned in what this is called I call a garden area, a courtyard. So to move around, I'm represented by this avatar, and to move it around, I'm using my arrow keys, up, down, left, and right. And if I get closer to an object, I can actually, for instance, come close to this information object. What I find is that I can actually press X to view the EIPBN 2021 program. If I hit X, what you see is that I'm actually viewing the same program that is on our website. And you can use this to access the program, the schedule that you need to understand when you should probably be in the commercial session in this exhibition hall. So I can go ahead and hit X, or I can close it out in the top right corner. And I can keep moving around, and for instance, I can just jump right into the exhibition hall by going through these corridors. Before I move on to that, though, what I'd like to do is show you how I can change my avatar and change my name. I'll do that by clicking down here at Change Character. And from there, I can say, hey, you know what? I represent EIPBN, and I'll call myself the conference chair or just chair. I can change my avatar around to something that might be more appropriate. And so you can see they've done a pretty good job of being very inclusive here. So I can, let's just choose this guy in the t-shirt, because I'm in the EIPBN t-shirt. I don't know if they have a blue one, but let's just save that. And so what you see is that now my name has been updated and my icon or my avatar has been changed. So if we're in here, this is your name badge, and you'll be responsible for your name badge. And I would prefer if you would just keep your name badge so that it's your first name and perhaps whatever you're representing. In this case, if people have any questions, I really want to be approached and posed if anyone has any difficulties, or just have general questions. We'll be able to help them out. The next thing I want to show you is right here called the mini map. It shows you where you are on the map, and we're going to show that again when we walk into the exhibition hall. The other thing is that you can actually share your screen. So this is just like Zoom. If you've seen it before, you just have to click on the screen and you can just hit share. And that only shares locally. It doesn't share to everybody in this garden area. So it's only with people that are close by. Then you can raise your hand by clicking on any one of these emojis, ask a question, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's walk now north by using the up arrow key, move it around, and come into the virtual exhibition hall. Immediately what you find is that it's a main corridor flanked by booths. So these are our platinum sponsors, STS Elionics and Heidelberg Instruments. They are actually sponsoring different activities, and this is where you will be going inside these meeting rooms to actually have these activities. So same thing applies. I'm able to actually go up to any one of these booths, interact with any one of these documents, and read more about any of the products and services that they offer, right? I can go up to any one of these monitors and see what videos that they have in store for us. So really, you're going to be using the arrow keys and the X button a lot. And really, this is probably the most that you're going to be doing when it comes to interacting with your keyboard. Now, if I go up a little bit higher, the poster directory here tells me that I can just follow these lines to go to any one of the sections that I'm interested in. So let's look at nano imprint lithography, since we got to get the idea that I need to follow this. As I get closer to this poster for W19, you can actually see the name of the poster right here. And if I want to, at this distance, I can hit X and I can actually view it, right? And this actually works really well, because that means I can just browse the poster titles as I go left and right. Now, what are these green circles? These green circles represent a private area. as I jump onto this, I'll be able to talk with the 11 other people that are here. This is really cool because that means that one poster presenter will be able to interact with 11 other people privately without having any passerbyers interrupt the discussion. So if someone wants to just stand out here and read the poster but doesn't want to hear any of the conversation, they don't have to unless they walk into the conversation by coming into the private area. Okay? Of course, anybody walking by them, they'll see them coming by. So I do think that this is going to be really busy, but a lot of fun because you get to choose your engagement, and the engagement will also be very, very dynamic. So if you want to get a good view of what's in the exhibition hall, I'll go ahead and click the mini map. You can see that it goes that we have some sections here that are very large. We have a lot of posters, and we have exhibitors in the back. So please visit our exhibitors. This would not have been possible without our sponsors and exhibitors partaking in this event. So let's keep talking about what's happening in these booths. Some of these booths, the large booths especially, have private meeting rooms. And so we ask that you respect that these meeting rooms remain private unless you are directed to come to them. Okay? Now, the private meeting rooms down here for Heidelberg Instruments and STS and Leonix, they are hosting the Women in Nanofabrication events. So you would just go inside, and that will bring you right inside here. And you can just leave. And then I'll show you the other one over here. You'll be able to walk right in and go right through their meeting room and be part of the student recruiting breakfast and talk to different representatives from the different companies that are represented. Now, at any time that you think you get lost, you can always reset your location. And that's done by just clicking on your name here and saying reset position. And that takes you right back to where you started. One of the nice things about this is that in this garden area, you actually have the ability to have private conversations one-on-one with other individuals. Now we've expanded that to benches over here, and there's some more benches in the back over there for a group of 6. The other thing is that let's say you wanted to get to another site, another part of the site very quickly. For instance, I want to get to the student recruiting event. I can just jump into one of these teleporters, which takes me straight to this booth, and I can go right into the conversation here to be part of this event. Okay? All right, so to get out of this, you just have to close, and that takes you out of the GatherTown exhibition hall. Pretty straightforward. Hope you enjoyed that. So the remaining piece that I want to talk about is this help area here, the help desk. If you have any technical problems, the reason why we wanted to keep underlined and use them is because they have this great support, tech support, and you can request a meeting with them by putting your name and email address and writing them a message, and they'll be able to help you out with any technical difficulties you might be having. Also, if you need to report anything that you see funny that we might have missed, definitely do that. But in quick summary, this was just a real brief overview. We hope you enjoy the conference as we kickstart things soft and on Monday, May 24th. And then, we'll have a wonderful time when we have all our planned activities beginning June 1. So thank you again for watching this video. Thank you again, everybody, for your support. Martha and I really couldn't have done it alone. We have so many volunteers, so many open arms of support. We just are so grateful. So thank you for your time, and please don't hesitate to reach out.